Well, where should I start? Let's start with the first qualifying final, Adelaide v Collingwood.
Do you not want to introduce yourself?
No.
I'm Noah, Ben in the wet hair, and Rudy with the crazy hair.
Thanks. Anyway, so let's just get started. So, first of all, I want to welcome you to our podcast today. So I'm gonna start.
The tip off.
The tip off, yeah. Alright, so who wants to start with their first prediction?
I'll go. Okay. So we'll go first with finals tips. So I'll go through my first round. Starting with the qualifying final between Adelaide and Collingwood. I mean, it's going to be a bloody good game, but I got Adelaide by 7 points. And my take is that both teams combined for under 150 points. So a bit of a gritty one. So I reckon it's going to be final scores 70-63 or something like that?
Similar to the one they played earlier this year.
Yeah.
Twice.
Yeah. I just feel like I would have picked Collingwood, but they don't have Jeremy Howe. And I feel like that's a huge out. And so without him...
I feel like he's been big for their backline this year. Really important. So,
do they really have any more key defenders?
No,
they got Darcy Moore.
That actually do stuff?
No, they don't. Well, Darcy Moore's in charge of the Players Association. That's something.
No, it's not.
And then you got the second one. Oh, do you guys want to do your Adelaide versus Collingwood tips first?
I'll go next. That's fine. So I've got Adelaide by 14. My big call is that the three big talls combined for 9 goals.
9.
Yeah,
That's a lot.
It is a lot. That's why it's a big take.
Any idea the distribution there? Like how many for Thilthorpe, Tex, or Fog?
I think Thilthorpe gets 4, Tex gets 2, and Fogarty gets 3.
Okay.
Yeah. Evening it out. I also think the one team will get over 100 points. That's probably going to be Adelaide.
Yeah. I mean, because Adelaide, one of the best offenses, Collingwood right now, one of the best defenses. So
yeah,
it could be a blowout. I could see it being a blowout, but I just don't think it would.
I can't see it being a blowout to either side. I see it being
not to Collingwood.
No more than 20 points, whichever way it goes.
Yeah.
I think just because it's Adelaide, Adelaide can do great things, but they can also be terrible on their day.
Yeah, they're really inconsistent, which is why I'm worried about how they're going to go in finals.
But they have been incredible throughout the year, so that's why I think.
Yeah, well,
I don't think they're going to go far in finals.
Yeah, well, I'm back.
Well, you've got them to at least a prelim.
I'm back in the Pies.
You're back in the Pies.
It's a controversial one.
By how much?
But I think if Dacos gets on a roll.
Which one?
I think what I saw last week from De Goey, especially against Melbourne, really explosive. I feel like if he can bring that, almost like that 2022, 2023 Jordan De Goey that we all know too well.
Yeah.
I think if he can bring that back, they're definitely a threat.
Mm-hmm.
I think their defense is going to struggle against the three talls. But yeah, I don't really know who they're going to put on them. I think Billy Frampton's going to be playing. I think he's going to have to stay on. Absolutely gun that guy.
Yeah, he's going to lock up X.
I personally don't agree with that statement. 2 touches in a grand final and you still get a medal. That's disappointing.
Yeah, well, I'm excited to see how far this Collingwood team can go into finals. But I reckon that the Collingwood Magpies win by 4 points.
Yeah, you got a
And I think it is a Brody Myercheck goal with 30 seconds left on the clock that puts them in front.
Myercheck? Like a set shot, off the dribble,
it's just a set shot. Nothing out of the ordinary. My hot take is that I think that Jordan Dawson gets less than 20 touches.
Less than 20? Who are they putting on Dawson?
No
Pat
one.
Lipinski.
Pat Lipinski's going to hold him under 20?
No, I think it's going to be a scrappy game, and I don't think Jordan Dawson's going to have an impact, and I think Adelaide can't do anything without him.
Yeah, that's fair. All right. Well, I mean, It's gonna be like, I think that to me is still like a 50-50 final. Like I think either team can win it. If
for
Collingwood are
sure.
rolling, they're one of the best teams in the competition, and same with Adelaide. So like we can get a cracking game, we could get an absolutely horrible game, we could get anything in between.
I don't
It's like
think it's going to be horrible. I mean,
horrible. I mean horrible. I mean like scrappy. Like it could be like both teams just turning the ball over, or it could be both teams like 200 pressure rating. Like you never know.
I mean, it's either Collingwood winning by like a goal or less, or Adelaide just winning by like 20 plus.
You don't think
Like,
I
Adelaide can win a
disagree.
close one?
No,
You don't think
this is
Adelaide
this.
can win
No, but
well, like,
well, I think it's going to be
a close one?
arguably going to be the best final of finals week one. It's going to be either this or Geelong Brisbane.
Yeah.
It's just because in their last three encounters, of course, last season Collingwood won that one by 4 when Isaac Rankin ran too far. That was
Yeah.
a good one. And then Collingwood won by 10 earlier this year at the MCG. And then, of course, the Adelaide, not going to blame the refs there, but they beat the Pies by 3 in a bit of a controversial game, I'll put it.
Yeah. Good
Um,
game.
yeah, but controversial not too long ago. So, yeah,
Yeah.
really excited as to what
Now
this
they
game's going to
have
bring.
Rankin. Collingwood doesn't have Howe, so two big outs for both teams.
I think Rankin's a bigger loss than Howe. Like, Rankin is explosive, like giving 4 goals a game.
Yeah. But I will also just say, like, based on how the last turned out, we are incredibly privileged. Like, the two most irrelevant teams are playing each other in a game, and then the other three are probably the best matchups out of the possible matchups there could have been, if you
Yeah.
ask me.
No, that's true. Freo, Gold Coast.
Like,
Like,
those are
legit,
the
who's
two most
watching that?
irrelevant teams there. And then GWS Hawthorn, I think that's, like, the best out of the bottom of the top 8 that you could have gotten. Like, I don't want Hawthorn playing Freo, really. And then Geelong, Brisbane, and Adelaide, Collingwood. I mean, those are two absolutely banger games. Like, if we got Geelong, Adelaide, and Collingwood, Brisbane, like, Collingwood, Brisbane would be a good game, but I don't know about Geelong, Adelaide. It wouldn't have the same feel to it.
Yeah, I feel like the one that we saw earlier this year was a bit of I didn't expect it to be, that it wasn't necessarily close though, because I feel like it wasn't like a back and forth game. I feel like Geelong kind of dominated the game, but Adelaide kept the margin intact. I don't really think Adelaide had much control over the game there, so yeah, I don't think Adelaide Geelong's ever going to be a good game.
I think it will. Depends where it's
Well,
played.
anyways, moving on to the next final, Geelong versus Brisbane. Now, I've got a bit of an upset here. I got Brisbane by 15 points. And my hot take is that Brisbane go on a 5+ goal run at any point in the match. So that's my hot take. I think Brisbane can get hot. You know, the guys like the Rainers, the Charlie Camerons, those guys that can just get hot and just go on even 2-goal runs by themselves. Like, I feel like they'll be on against Geelong, and I feel like Brisbane can really pull one out here.
Yeah, I think Charlie Cameron's going to be an interesting one as to what he can provide this year in finals. Of course, he's been really disappointing this season in what I've seen. He's averaging 9.5 touches and 1.2 goals. He's not really having impact like he has in previous seasons. Whenever I've watched Brisbane, I haven't really seen that Charlie Cameron spark, or even if he kicks a point, he's really looking scary in that forward line. And I just feel like I'm yet to see that in 2025. So maybe he'll bring it for finals, and I think that's the turning point of Brisbane's finals campaign.
The X Factor, you reckon? You reckon Charlie's the X Factor?
I think he's the X factor.
Yeah. Well, Ben, what have you got for this match?
So, for Cats versus Geelong, I've got Geelong by 10.
Cats versus Geelong.
Sorry, okay, that's my bad, guys. Cats versus Brisbane, I've got Geelong by 10.
Yeah.
My hot take is Bailey Smith has 37 or more touches.
See, I'm not surprised you said Jezza kicks 10. I'm surprised, sorry.
Because Jezza kicking 10 isn't a hot take. It's just going to happen.
Okay.
I don't need to... Let's be real. I don't even need to say it. Like, you're just saying it for me. I wouldn't waste my hot take on something like that. But, I mean, he is just a gun. Like, he is so good.
He's Smith.
Both of them. But I am talking about Smith. He's averaging the most disposals per game.
Yeah.
Across the competition. So, and I think he lives in finals. He's just a very electric player.
Yeah. All right, what about you, Rudy?
Now, mine's controversial. This could raise a few eyebrows. I've got the Brisbane Lions winning by 27 points.
20.
I've got the
Jeez.
Brisbane Lions absolutely controlling the game.
I mean,
I
they
don't
did
think
it earlier this year, but can they do it again in finals?
they did it. They did it in Geelong though. That's the thing. Like they beat them by 41 in Geelong, and yes, you can blame that on the inaccuracy of the Cats kicking 6 goals 15. But I mean, you can't say that the Geelong players didn't step up. You know, their best players. Jezza had 4 of their 6 goals. Bailey Smith had their most disposals, and Max Holmes. But you know, when I look at Brisbane's, they had like at least 6 of the best players on the ground, and I mean, I think, it comes down to whether Brisbane's best players step up and Geelong Cats don't. Like if Bailey Smith and Max Holmes and Jezza don't really have as impact as we've seen this season, I don't think Geelong are a good team without their main players firing on all cylinders. So yeah,
Well,
I think Geelong's an interesting one.
I really think it could go both ways. Brisbane could definitely win, and it really is a 50-50 game. It also depends on Brisbane's accuracy, because like as of the past few weeks, they've been shocking with their accuracy. Like I think they kicked 23 behinds last week, and like that's not going to get them very far in finals.
Yeah, and coming back to like what Rudy said with like Charlie Cameron being the X factor, those kind of players that they have, they're going to also influence their goal kicking, right? If Charlie Cameron comes out and kicks 2 goals like straight, behinds, that'll really help the team. But if him and like a Cam Rayner combine and just miss a bunch of shots, that's really not going to do the team justice with like their confidence and such. And that includes like an Eric Hipwood. Is he playing? I'm not sure, but
No, I think he's injured.
right, okay. Doesn't he? He's not playing till the granny if they make it or something like that, or the prelim, but something like that. But yeah, I feel like they can definitely be like a hit or miss team with accuracy, and that will definitely influence this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one there. What's next? GWS versus Hawthorn. Now this one, I don't know. Like this one could go either way as well. I mean, it's at NG, or yeah, so that's a big advantage. But I've actually got Hawthorn by 3 points. And what I reckon, my hot take is that Massimo D'Ambrosio, former Bomber, finishes best on ground with 30 plus disposals. That's my hot take. I feel like, I don't know, this Hawthorn, I mean, I'm jumping on the Hawks train. I really love this team. And I think
Hate
that,
them.
I
Every single one of them.
not in terms of love their players. Like, obviously, I hate the players. But I love, like, the team and what they've been doing and how they've been playing. Like, even against Brisbane, like, they put on a great effort. And, like, that could have gone either way at the end. So I feel like I really do think that they can go far in this final series.
I have Giants by 8. I just think it being at NG Stadium, GWS being such a quality team, like on their day they play absolute like some of the best footy that you see. Like Hawthorn do as well, but I just think it being in Sydney, you can't really go against the Giants. Like you saw what they did against Geelong.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, they can
like
be.
they're so good sometimes.
Is Jesse
Um,
Hogan going to be back or
who?
Jesse Hogan?
Um, I think he's a test,
Yeah, because
but
if he's back, that's huge, right? But
Yeah, well, Stringer's also back for the
oh,
game.
yeah,
So
that's going to be big
well,
as well.
my hot
But
take
so is
was
Weddle, isn't he? Josh Weddle's back. I saw something saying he's back from injury today.
maybe my hot take is
Hey,
Toby Green has 25 touches and 3 goals.
sorry, who does? Toby Green.
Toby Green,
3 goals. It's a big.
yeah,
The
yeah,
captain
that's
step
the whole
up.
point. That's the whole point of it.
Yeah, yeah. All right, Rudy,
yeah,
what do you think?
so I've got the Hawks to
Yeah.
win. I've got the Hawks winning by 8 points, and I've got Gunston and Chol kicking 6 plus combined. So I think they both go 3 each, and I think that they tear up the Giants' back line.
I mean, yeah. I mean, for that to happen, you'd think Sam Taylor has to have a down game, and like Lockie Ash even has to not be because they've got a great back line, right?
Their backline is elite. Like Ash, Whitfield, Taylor. Like it's just guns all around.
Yeah,
Not to be forgotten,
Sam
Connor
Taylor
Ivan.
gets the.
So
Actually, I'm not
consistent.
really sure. Would I put Sam Taylor on Chol or Gunston or like a Dia? Just because like Gunston is a half forward, and you might put him on like a half forward type player where he can come at the ball and come outside the 50. So like, I'm not sure whether you would put like a Whitfield on him so he can run with him, and then you can put like a Taylor on like a Chol so that he can stay back in that 50 and be that anchor.
I would put Taylor on Kalshadia, personally, just because of the athleticism that Kalshadia has and his marking ability. I think you need someone who can kind of go like, 1-for-1 with him and shut that down. So, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Going to be a lot of interesting matchups in that one. So that'll be fun to watch. Obviously, like the Hawks speed forward line, who does GWS put on them? And obviously, same vice versa, GWS. If Hogan's back, battle, is it Scrimshaw? Is it, God, I'm having a moment. What's his name? The other one. The other one who didn't.
Amon.
Eamon, no, it's
Weddle,
the other. Barras.
Brad.
Which one do they go on Hogan if he is playing?
Probably
Yeah, well,
Battle.
I think the Giants have the capability to hold down the Hawks forward line if they play well. They do have big guys like Jack Buckley, he's a gun. Harry Himmelberg, pretty good,
Yeah.
and then
But
Sam
can they
Taylor.
smalls? Can they handle the smalls? Because I was also
Yeah,
considering another big call, which I think I do have later on. Like the Hawks smalls can get on, like Ginnivan, Watson. Like these are guys. Like, can they defend them as well when the ball comes to ground?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's move on to the maybe least relevant final of the of the qualifying and elimination final round. Fremantle versus Gold Coast. I have Fremantle by 28 points. Like in a bit of like a wake up call to Gold Coast. Like they just made finals, and I mean, there's nothing wrong with what they've done this season. I mean, they've had a fantastic season, and no matter what happens, I feel like they should be happy with what happened. But I think Freo they'll want it more just because to them it matters more. Like Gold Coast, they were already pretty satisfied. Like you saw the celebrations against Essendon. It looked like they won a final with the way they were celebrating, and they all they've done is just made fun. And so I
Well, the
reckon
first time in
what I do
15
reckon
years.
because Freo is a comeback team, I reckon Gold Coast lead at half time only to lose by 20 plus. So yeah.
I'm not going to take too long to talk about this because it's going to be a not too great game. I have Freo by 26, and my hot take is Suns don't lead after quarter time.
Yeah.
So I've got Freo by 11. So I think it's gonna be. I think Gold Coast are actually gonna give it to them, but I just don't think that they can beat Freo. I mean, they haven't necessarily been in good form. They lost to GWS by nearly about 40. They lost to Port in Travis Boakes and Ken Hinkley's farewell game.
Yep.
Of course, they coming off that huge win against the Bombers. Um,
No, just
yeah,
don't even do
sorry,
it.
Ben, I had to bring that up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Gold Coast, I think they'll bring it to the Dockers. But my hot take is that the Freo Dockers will kick Gold Coast will kick the first 2 goals of the match, lead for 5 minutes, and then Freo will hold the lead for the rest of the game.
Yeah. So similar to Ben's.
Yeah, I just don't think Gold Coast are going to get their hands on the ball.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Even though they have like a good midfield Gold Coast, like Freo also have like an almost equal like I know they've got like Noah Anderson and Matt Rao, but like Sarong and Luke Jackson and all those other guys in the midfield that can
Brayshaw.
Hayden
like
Young.
Young.
I think Luke Jackson will dominate against Wits just because I mean I don't know maybe that like athleticism that the young legs will keep up and just go ahead and like Jackson can even go up forward and Darcy will hold his own.
Yeah, I don't think Jackson will play much ruck. They'll probably put Darcy in, and then Jackson will play mostly forward ruck.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Well, I guess we'll only go through these pretty quickly because we've all got different matchups. But I'll go through my semis first. So my first semi with how it's ended up would be Collingwood versus Hawthorn. And I'll have Hawthorn by 10 points in that one. I'm riding the Hawthorn train, like I said, and I just think if they can win that first final, they'll go into Collingwood game with a lot of confidence. And they've had Collingwood's number the past couple of years. They've had some good matches against them. And so I feel like they can do it again in the final. And in Geelong versus Freo, the other one, I got Geelong by 48 points. I mean, Geelong are just such a quality team. I can't see them going down in straight sets. and I think they'll have a huge bounce back against Freo. So yeah, those are my semis.
I'll do my semis next. So I have Adelaide versus Collingwood. Collingwood versus the Giants, and I have Collingwood by like 20 points. Like Collingwood, I don't see them going out in straight sets after the start of the year they had. I think they'll be resilient, even though they haven't had a great second half of the year. My other one is Lions Freo at the Gabba, and I have Lions by 48 points. Just gonna smash them.
Yeah.
Freo don't have that experience.
Poor Freo, man. We both got them getting smashed by 48.
Oh yeah, you did that as well.
Yeah, I said 48 as well.
Yeah, Freo just aren't gonna do anything.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, you ready?
My finals are Adelaide Hawthorn. I
Yeah.
think Adelaide will just show too much class, and I don't think the Hawks will progress far. I'm not riding the Hawthorn boat, like you are. I think they're too young, and I think they can get cocky, and I think that's not going to work for them. I think it's a risky one. It's either going to work for them or it's not.
Mm.
Either they're going to have a lot of confidence and be able to play with it, or they're going to have a lot of confidence and then make mistakes because of it. So it's going to be interesting to see how that goes.
Yeah, well, that final
But I've got
that could have a very similar like aura and like kind of like game sense to the Port Adelaide one last year. Like same stadium, same fan, like and same like cocky teams going at each other. Like that could be very similar to what we saw last year.
yeah, I'm looking forward to that if that does happen. But then I've got Geelong Freo. Don't think much needs to be said.
Yeah.
I've got the Geelong Cats by 28 points. I just think that I don't see Geelong going out in straight sets in any way that you put this. I just think they've got too much class. But yeah, I think this could be Geelong's last dance for a premiership final.
Mm. I mean, they've still got a good team going forward. It's not like they're all old now. They've
Like
still got
really,
skill.
what is gonna change? Just
Danger.
in the premiership push.
I don't know. Danger.
What is
I
the
don't think
really
I
what is
don't
Danger
think
doing?
Jez is gonna have this year again next year.
No, it doesn't need to. He's got Shannon Neal, Sean Manor, Tyson Stangle.
That's true.
Like that
Guys,
forward line, so great.
Let's get through these quickly because our time is running short. So in the prelims, I've got Adelaide versus Geelong at Adelaide Oval, and I reckon Geelong's experience is just really going to show here against a young Adelaide team. I think Geelong just come out there and just a better team throughout the whole match, winning by 17 points. So they've put their spot in the grand final. And the other one, Brisbane versus Hawthorn. I said I'm riding the Hawthorn train, and I still am. Hawthorn by 1 point in the Gabba at the Gabba. It's a big upset, I know it. But, I mean, I just loved what they did against Brisbane last round. And I think that in a final setting, if they get going even better than what they did and Brisbane have a bit of inaccuracy, and then, like, maybe they can get out to a huge lead and then Brisbane can fight back. But, I don't know. I mean, I think Hawthorn can hold on.
Like, I mean, they played in round 24, and
Yeah.
like they absolutely dominated them. Like they kicked 11 goals 23 to 11 goals 13.
Yes, I
So,
understand.
like, really, the scoreboard.
Accuracy matters, and I think Brisbane won't be accurate in the prelim.
I guess you'll see.
Yeah. All right. What about your guys' prelims?
My first prelim is Adelaide Brisbane at Adelaide Oval. I think Brisbane win that one by 5 points. Adelaide just don't have finals experience. I really don't think they'll go to the grand final. And Brisbane are just like such a great team.
Yeah.
And then my other prelim is Geelong Collingwood.
Ooh.
I think Geelong win this by like 7 points. And I think Jeremy Cameron kicks 5 goals.
5 goals.
5 goals.
Not 10.
And
Not 10.
Shannon Neal kicks 4.
All right.
So
Big 4. I mean, yeah. I mean, same thing. Like, I think Jeremy Howe will be back by then, but if he's not, then same thing applies, right?
yeah.
All right, Rudy, you?
So I've actually got the same prelims as Ben. So I've got Collingwood Geelong. I've got Geelong winning that by 15 points. think that I just don't know. I think Geelong, they're a fast moving team. They've got, they're strong runners like Max Holmes and Bailey Smith who can really carry the ball with pace, and I just don't think Collingwood have anyone that can match that. So I've got Geelong just winning by pure, I guess, just raw speed and ball movement. And then Brisbane Adelaide. Now this one I did not really have to think about. I think Brisbane clear them, and I think Brisbane win by over 30 points. Now, the reason I say this is because I had Brisbane beating Geelong, which means it'll be at the Gabba. And I'm still very reluctant about this Adelaide 2025 team. I don't think they have what it takes to make a grand final. I don't think they have what it takes to win the premiership. And they're lucky that I've got them making a prelim, because I do not think this Adelaide Crows team has been the best team this season.
Okay, well, I'm not as much as you guys. I think they have clearly been the best team this season. But the only reason I had them losing the prelims is because they're playing Geelong. Any other team, I would have had them winning. But, yeah. I mean, yeah, there you go. Anyways, grand finals. Have you guys done your Norm Smiths? Because I have.
I have.
So, grand final, Geelong versus Hawthorn, rivalry, I guess. A good rivalry. It's a good rivalry. And then, obviously, they had a bunch of big matchups in the 2010s, and now in the grand final, I've got Geelong by 13 points, and Geelong are your premiers. And then my Norm Smith medal is another Smith, Bailey Smith. I reckon he can have a big game in the granny, and I reckon he can just tear that midfield apart, especially with that inexperienced Hawthorn midfield. And that's where I think that's where Hawthorn is lacking, the thing that needs that can take them to a grand final is that midfield. I think their forward line's strong. I think their defense is actually strong. I think their midfield lacks just that guy, or even an all-around balanced midfield that can really win a grand final and be really solid throughout the whole year.
My grand final is Brisbane Geelong. My premiers are Geelong. I think they win by 6 or 7 points.
Right.
I'm not kidding. I actually wrote that down, not even thinking about it. And I think that they'll have a big last quarter, and they'll kick about 4 goals.
Yep.
And my Norm Smith is Ollie Dempsey.
Ollie Dempsey, that's a deep cut.
Yeah, I think he has 20 touches, 2 goals. Him on that wing is so dangerous. He's up there in those wingers.
Similar to an Ashcroft performance.
Yeah.
Nice.
I could definitely see Ollie Dempsey having a Bobby Hill performance, in the 2023 game.
Mm-hmm.
He was just very, very agile, Bobby Hill, but what a game that was. So of course I've got Geelong v Brisbane in the grand final, and personally I think Brisbane go back to back. I think they've got the confidence. They did it last year, and I don't see why they can't do it again. I think they definitely have the team to do it again. And my Norm Smith is Cam Rayner. I think he goes 25 touches, 2 goals. I think Cam Rayner is going to break the game open, and I think I've got Brisbane by 17 points.
Yeah. It feels I don't know, it's a bit weird because we haven't seen the best player or even a top 3 player on the team win a Norm Smith for quite a while. We had Ashcroft, we had Bobby Hill, and we had Isaac Smith. So we've had a lot of guys just exploding and having a big game in the grand final. So I don't know, maybe that happens again, maybe it doesn't. I guess time will tell, right?
I mean, it's always just random players. I saw Cardman, he tipped Sean Manor to win the Norm Smith. And he is not a big player, so.
Well, I mean, with every Richmond grand final, they had Dusty winning it. With the Hawks ones, they had Hodge winning a few of those, I think, and he was the best, right? So obviously, we haven't had that happen for a while.
I mean, the Petrarca one is the most recent one.
Yeah, Petrarca.
Yeah. But so
should we move on to the All-Australian teams? Now, this is actually, in my opinion, very controversial Australian teams. I just want to start by saying this. Jeremy Cameron, All-Australian captain, yes or no?
No.
Yes.
Okay, Ben,
he has been a dominant forward for the whole year.
It doesn't matter how good you are.
It does.
Who you are as a captain. Right?
Well, we're just gonna give the captain to Jack Gunston.
What? Who said?
Yeah.
Who said?
Okay, he's not good. Rudy said it's not just based on skill. It's about leadership. I mean, he's old, so why don't we just give it to him? Dawson,
It's
like,
leadership.
Dawson's been good, but
Mm-hmm.
like Jeremy Cameron's margins about how much he won the Coleman by is elite. He brings that experience to the young Geelong team,
Ah.
and I think vice captain for Dawson is fair.
Hop off it. Like honestly, I think there are like he's not even my top forward to have it.
Nah, okay, I'm kidding. Sorry. Not your top forward. Okay, that's a little steep. Dawson should have been
Well,
the
I
captain.
have my
Anderson should have
forward.
been the co-captain. Then
Heaney would
Jeremy
have it.
Cameron.
In my opinion. Heaney would have it in my opinion over him. So like, well, I think
No,
we should go through.
no, Heaney's not a leader.
What
No,
is
not
wrong with you?
Like, yeah,
Heaney over.
maybe that's
Okay. Jokes aside, I think Dawson number one. Then I think Anderson is co-captain.
Yeah, I've actually got them the other way around. I've got Anderson as my captain and Dawson as my vice. So
But Jeremy Cameron has had another year.
I actually don't have Anderson. I have Dawson as my captain, and I have Harris Andrews as my vice captain.
I don't mind that.
I think he's been a great leader for the Brisbane Lions. So I
Right,
think
so we just
we don't
get
have
cut
to
to the
mention players that we wanted to be in it that were in it, like players that got cut that should have been.
I'm really disappointed in the selectors putting Nick Dacos on the bench. And I know Rudy thinks that like he didn't play a specific position, but at the same time, he won the Alpha's most valuable player,
Yeah.
and that doesn't even make the team, and that just kind of doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah, he's in my team.
He's in my team as well.
Like for me, I got him in the center. In terms of cuts, the only player in my team that I had that didn't make the squad is Callum Wilkie. Like if I had to do a player that made the squad, then I probably would have picked like a who I picked over him, a Lockie Ash or someone over him.
For me, it's Aaron Norton.
Obviously the people I cut from the backline. I mean, it's Josh Battle. Josh Battle's been solid. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think he's been an All Australian. I've got Callum Wilkie over him, and the other one I have is Jordan Clark. I have over him Josh Worrell because I think Josh Worrell has held up that backline. Actually, there might be another one. Hold on, I've moved around the positions a little bit. So yeah, not just that, but I've also got Naz. I've moved him to a different position. I'm not sure which one. Hold on, and then instead of him in the backline, I've also got Josh Dacos because I feel like he's been great for Collingwood.
So I've actually made 5 cuts from the actual selected team. And I did mine based off of people who made the squad. So I decided to take out Josh Battle. Yeah, you can argue that he's only had 6 goals conceded on him by his matchup this whole season.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, that's phenomenal, but I just don't think that he's an All Australian. I'm just gonna say that. I also don't think Cozzy Pickett's an All Australian. I think I can name so many more players who have been better than him this year. I'm not taking anything away from his season. It's just I don't think he has had he's had a good season, but not an incredible season. And I think that's what you need to be an All Australian. I've also taken away Thilthorpe. I think there are clear better forward options than Riley Thilthorpe. And my direct swap for him was Aaron Norton. I don't know how Aaron Norton was not in that team. But yeah, so that was really disappointing from the All Australian selectors. Then my next one, this is a really controversial one. This could get some people a bit angry with me. He might be the highest rated player all season, but I've actually pulled Ed Richards out of my All Australian team.
Oh, okay. See, now this is where you go too far.
I think he's not an All Australian. And I think I've got a team on my piece of paper right here, which is a team that is better. And it's better without Ed Richards. So, yes, you might argue.
Who have
That's
you
an incredible hot take.
with Ed Richards? Who have you swapped with Ed Richards?
So, my people that I've taken out is Battle, Pickett, Thilthorpe, Richards, and Sarong.
Okay, yeah.
And who are the 5 you're bringing in?
I've brought in Nick Vloston as a halfback. He's been so good as an intercept player this season. I've brought in Jamie Elliott instead of Cozzy.
Yep.
I think that's just pretty obvious, you know. I
Yeah.
think he's just been a better forward.
I agree with
I've brought in Norton for Thilthorpe.
Yep.
Direct swap out there. Then
Yep.
I've brought in Worrell into my
Yep.
fullback position.
Same.
And so I've taken Worrell, put him in the fullback, moved Jordan Clark to the halfback, put Wanganeen Miller up on my interchange, and completely taken out Sarong.
Yep.
And then finally I've taken out Richards. So I've replaced him. The last player that I've replaced is Brodie Grundy. Now, okay, there could be some bias, but I think he has to be there. I think
He has to be anything.
Well, he has to be there. He's been so good this year, and I feel like it's just a disservice not to have him. Yes, you could argue that Richards should still be in there. Well, in that case, take out Bailey. Take out those players that are like a 50-50 that should be there, but there's other players who have been better than them. Brodie Grundy.
Yeah.
So, my full team at fullbacks, I've got Worrell, I've got Taylor, and I've got Harris Andrews. So they're my three at the back. Then my halfbacks, I've got Clark, Vlosten, and Dale. Then in my midfield, I've got Dawson, Dacos, McCluggage, Anderson, and Bailey Smith, as well as Max Gawn.
Yes.
Then my forwards, I've got the three half forwards, Isaac Heaney, Jeremy Cameron, and Zach Bailey, as they were in the official team. And then my full forwards, I've got Gunston, I've got Norton, and I've got Jamie Elliott. And finally, on my interchange, I've got Bontempelli, I've got Matty Rao, I've got Naz, and I've got Brodie Grundy. So that is my All-Australian team for 2025.
Yeah.
My captain is Anderson, and my vice is Dawson.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I think the only spots I made is what I said earlier. I think Richards deserves to be there. Well, I'm just going to say my full team because I've already done my swaps. I've done Worrell, Wilkie, and Taylor at my fullback. And at my halfback, I've got Dale, Dacos, and Andrews. That is Bailey Dale, Josh Dacos, not Nick Dacos and Harris Andrews. In my midfield, I've got Hugh McCluggage, Jordan Dawson, Nick Dacos, Bailey Smith, Noah Anderson, Max Gawn. So same as Rudy's. And my forward line, I've got the exact same as well, except I've got Thilthorpe still over Norton. I've got Zach Bailey, Heaney, Gunson, Thilthorpe, Cameron, and Elliott. And then on my interchange, I've got Naz, I've got Matty Rao, I've got Richards, and I've got the Bont.
I think I might have done even more changes than Rudy. They're not all cuts. A couple of them just got demoted to the bench. But particularly in the fullback, I don't think Battle makes it, and I don't think Clark makes it. So I've put Harris Andrews fullback, next to Sam Taylor and Lockie Ash.
Okay.
On the halfback, I have Josh Dacos, Nas, and Bailey Dale.
Yep.
And then in the centre, just positional changes. I'm putting Bailey Smith in the middle and Jordan Dawson on the wing. But that's not that important. Richards is moving onto my bench. And for him, I'm bringing in Dacos. Dacos she needs to be on the field.
Yeah.
With Noah Anderson and Max Gawn. On the half forward, I have Isaac Heaney, Jeremy Cameron, and Aaron Norton. Actually, I want to rearrange that. I've got Jamie Elliott, Aaron Norton, and Isaac Heaney. Norton has been absolutely robbed, not getting into the squad. He's fourth in the Coleman. He's up there in assists.
I think a bit of the reason is just because he's been a bit overshadowed, and I know he's a better player, but he's been a bit overshadowed by Sam Darcy because players see him as a generational.
No. I think Darcy's a better player. It's just Darcy hasn't played the full year. Darcy missed a third of the season. You're not making All-Australian off that.
I think at this point in their careers, Norton would have made it over Darcy if they both played the full season. I mean, but you can also say a bit of the reason Norton's had like such a good season is that Darcy hasn't been there.
No, I think
Because
it's
I'm not saying
Darcy
that
take
their forward
Darcy
looks
takes all
better.
the defenders off
But
them.
the forward line looks better with both of them, but Norton's kicked much more goals, had much more involvement with the ball just because he's been the main target.
Oh, it's also easier because Darcy, if you don't put people on Darcy, he'll just mark it. You need to put two players on Darcy, which means Norton's freed up. So,
That's also true. So that's why I said the forward line's better with both.
and in that half forward line, I got rid of Zach Bailey and Cozzy Pickett. I get rid of both of them. And then in my full forward, I have Jack Gunston, Riley Thilthorpe, and Jeremy Cameron. Um, Jeremy Cameron has just been the best player, the best forward all season. Gunston's been up there as well. And Thilthorpe, he has a lot of impact around the ground, not just forward, like some traditional forwards.
Like Ben King.
Yeah, like Ben King. 7 kicks, 7 goals. And then on my interchange, I have Ed Richards, Matt Rao, Bontempelli, and Brodie Grundy. Which means on my bench, I'm getting rid of Caleb Serong.
Yeah.
He's not there over Grundy. Let's be real. Like,
Yeah. Well, I genuinely think, even though I made a few changes, this All Australian team that we've seen is not only just one of the worst All Australian teams we've ever seen, but also one of the most like different All Australian teams compared to what was expected, including the captain decisions, like Jeremy Cameron and such, and including the players that were involved. I think a lot of the decisions weren't made very well.
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm really disappointed with this year's selections. Yeah, no, one of the worst, I think.
I'm putting it out there. Kane Corns. It's all his fault. He's just not the smartest guy.
Yeah, no,
He was on that selector thing. I guarantee it was his fault that Josh Battle and Jordan Clark were both in there. Shouldn't be in there, and that's why there's no Harry Sheezel.
I think Jordan Clark. You can't have a go at Jordan Clark for being in there. I think you can have a go at Josh Battle, but not Jordan Clark. Jordan Clark's been phenomenal.
with him and the Ash and the Dacos. It could be anyone.
Yeah, Battle's just not there. Like that. That's simple.
Battle is just not there. Like I know
For
he's
sure.
been solid, but there's just been so many better options.
And then Clark is good. He's just not, for me, not that as good as the others.
All right, we're gonna finish up with some hot takes. Just
valid or invalid.
Yeah. So I mean, I one of mine is like mentioned what I already said, and I'll repeat it. I think Hawthorn makes the grand final this year. So that is my take.
I vote invalid.
I also vote invalid. They're not even making it past the first round, in my opinion.
I mean, yes, I saw that, but I think if Hawthorn can get rolling, okay, if you do a valid invalid to this, I think if Hawthorn can get rolling, they will make a grand final. How about that? Not just like if they are.
Yeah, okay. If they win the first one, I think they make the grand final, but I don't think they're winning the first one.
No, they'll win. They might win the first one. They might win the first one, but they will not make it further, even if they do.
Well, if I look back at my predictions, if they win the first one, I think they beat Collingwood. Then they come against Geelong. No, never mind. They don't make it.
I don't think they beat Adelaide. I think they beat Collingwood. I don't think they beat Adelaide. If Collingwood lose, I think Collingwood go out in straight sets. Adelaide don't go out in straight sets, just because like they have been the best team all year. And Hawthorn, it's not like one of them has an edge in experience, right? Even though Hawthorn were in finals last year, like that's only 1 year. And then my other one is for next year. And I mean, you're talking about getting on the horse train. I love getting on trains right now because I'm on the NAS train as well. I reckon St Kilda makes finals next year. They are playing.
What are we on?
No, hear me out. Okay, probably a bit biased coming from a Carlton fan, but Tom DeConing is that much of a maker. And he's going to be at the same next year. He's going to be there up. I know Rowan Marshall's been good. Tom DeConing's just going to be better. And I think like Callum Wilkie was an All-Australian back, and their backline I think will look great next year. It depends. I think one thing that will matter based on this, and this is a hit or miss, what is Rowan Marshall's role next year? Is he just like a secondary ruckman? Do they move him up forward? Do they move him up back?
I think he's leaving.
Where's he going to go? I think he goes forward.
I think he's going to leave. I think. Well, look, I don't know where he's going to go. But like, if I look at this team as it is right now, I think they move him up forward, and I think it's a success. I think he could be a solid forward, even if he's not like a goal kicker accuracy. He's a presence, right? and they're small. Like Jack Higgins can feast on those ground balls, right? And I think that can work really well. And you got Naz, obviously, who will be a top 3 player in the league, arguably next year. I mean, it's an
I
argument.
hate it. I hate
And
it.
then you've got such a, I think on paper, such a good looking team. And so I think on paper, it looks
Yeah,
Sure,
good.
yeah.
sure.
You
I
have
think
an
on
All
paper it looks
Australian.
even worse than what the actual team is.
Apart from forward line, you've got an All Australian at every single position.
What
Right?
about the midfield?
Naz. Leave him in the mid.
Halfback.
No, put him
Wait,
in the
so,
midfield.
then who's their halfback?
Who's he from?
Naz.
So,
Right.
they're making finals with Nats playing every position. Nice
Yeah,
one. No,
he's that
wow.
good. He is that good.
Well, okay.
He is that good.
So I'm just gonna interrupt you and say one of my hot takes. Think you would have wasted money on Nas and TDK. 3.7 mil on those two players for them to not make finals.
I will say
Can
they did not waste
I
money
go
on.
half valid, half invalid? I think 2 million for Naz is completely valid. They need to keep him
Yeah.
at the
No.
club.
So
They have
that's
I
fine.
nothing
But
without
if
him.
they pay 2 million to Nas, they don't have enough money to give 1.7 to a shit ruckman.
That's why
You
it's
don't
2 years.
understand how much money they have. They've got like 5 million to spend. They've still got like another 2 mil to spend on whoever they want.
Yeah,
Which
they
is
still
no
don't.
one because they can't.
Silvani, that'll be in like what 600.
And if they go for Silvani, I think they should offer him 1 mil. Like honestly, at this point.
No, there's no way they'll offer him 1 mil. If they offer him 1 mil, that's the biggest waste of money. I think TDK did get overpaid. I think he's like a 1 mil player max, right?
Yeah, same.
But I think it's mainly just because they really wanted him on the team. How much did he get? 1.8?
1.7.
1.7. Like that's a bit absurd. And that's coming from a Carlton fan, and I love TDK. Like I'm
Not
so happy.
anymore. He left you.
I'm so happy that he was on our team for that long, even though he's leaving. Like he was so good. And I know it's not there, but a hot take, kind of a hot take. I don't think Voss gets fired next year, no matter what. I don't think Voss gets fired. I don't know
You know, he
why.
gets
No.
sacked.
I don't think he gets sacked. It's just because
No, like after next season. Like no matter after next season.
I
I
think that
No.
makes sense.
His
Off
contract,
season.
his contract ends. His contract ends at the end of next season, and I don't think they're going to renew his contract if they don't do
here's
well.
what I think happens. I think we give him a 1-year deal after a contract ends, and we say this is your last dance, Voss. And then after that happens, he takes us to the finals in 2027.
If you finish anywhere lower than 13th, Voss is gone.
But I don't think we will. I don't think we will finish.
Sure
I
you
don't
don't.
think there are 13 teams better than Carlton next year.
There
I
are.
do. Yeah, definitely. Okay, well, if we're doing this, let's just like keep linking them. Essendon will make finals next year.
Invalid.
Okay.
Invalid.
Okay, hear me out. Hear me out.
No.
No.
I'm
What-
gonna
what's-
wait for silence so I can explain.
Like, you think we'll have, what do you think? Nate Caddy's gonna win the Coleman or something? Like,
It doesn't need to. Okay, we're ready for this. So last year, remind me where Adelaide finished.
15th.
15.
No,
Oh,
15th.
15th. Oh, was it? Oh well,
Yes,
fine.
but hey, you are not Adelaide. You are
Sorry.
not.
Yeah, you're right. 15th. Where did Essendon finish this
23.
year?
You're getting the finals.
15.
Yes. You see the connection. They can jump from 15th to 1st. All I'm asking for is 15th to 8th. I'm only asking for half the jump.
They have Jordan
You're not
Dawson,
getting
Isaac
it.
Rankin, Riley Thilthorpe. Who
We
do
have
you
Zach
have?
Merritt, Archie Roberts, Nate Gaddy. Absolute guns.
Who's your defenders? What does your defense look like?
Well,
It depends if we get a new performance boss that isn't going to injure the players.
Right.
anyway,
Is
I
your
vote
key
invalid. I vote
I vote
invalid.
valid.
I vote invalid.
Invalid.
So I think
Who
we
do
just quickly say, huh?
What is your defense line? What does it look like? Ben Mackay. Is
Ben
that who
Mackay.
you're
Mason Redmond.
Okay.
Zach
sure.
Reid is averaging 7 intercept marks a game.
One okay defender on your team. Like
Yes.
this is what it's looking like. Oh my
You know,
god.
Archie Roberts is an absolute gun.
Archie Roberts, sure, he's been good, but he's not gonna make you go to finals.
He could though.
He couldn't.
Yeah,
All right.
right. No, invalid. So,
All right, Rudy.
this one. I think this is actually an interesting one. I'm not even sure about it myself, but I hope that you guys don't just like ban me, as a footy fan.
Hold
for the
on.
rest of your lives.
Yeah.
So my hot take is that Harry Sheezel is Nick Dacos, but without his pace or his height.
Or his skills. Or his dad. Or
Or his
anything.
Yeah.
dad. Or his
Or,
dad. Or
he
his
doesn't
Yeah,
have,
brother.
no,
his
it's
dad isn't Peter Dacos.
his height, which comes from being a Dacos, and his pace. I think Harry Sheezel is just Nick Dacos without pace and without a famous dad.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna say Intel just because I think Nick Dacos' ability to create scores and even like get out of the middle, kick a goal. I think Shees will be able to do that.
That's
I think
invalid. That's a shit take.
his ability to move the ball, I think that's going to be there. But like you can see Nick Dacos, like sometimes he can lift the team with a goal or with like something involving a score, right? Score involvements. But I don't think Shees will be able to
So
do that.
you just said that Harry Sheezel is Nick Dacos minus all these things. Nate Cady is Jeremy Cameron minus kicking power, size, skills,
No.
speed,
He's the same.
nothing. But he's just basically the same.
Nick Dacos literally just stayed, never went past the 50-meter line, and didn't run. That's Harry Sheesel. Like that's
So just a shit of
Alright,
Nick Dacos.
so I'm gonna save my Essendon one and my Carlton one for last.
okay.
Okay, how many does Evan have left? I've got one.
No, he's got. Oh, do you have? Okay, Ben, hold on. Let's get Ben go first. Go, Ben.
Yeah, you want me to? The Essendon one actually just came up with a couple minutes ago. But this is
Oh,
the one that I had originally. If Bailey Smith hadn't been injured, he would have won the
He
Brownlow.
would have won the Brown. No,
Yeah.
no.
I don't think so. I think he would have won the coaches award by far. I don't think
No,
he
no.
would have won.
So hang on. Okay. Let me tell you this. So he is expected to be one vote behind the winner
Yes, but he's
currently.
not one vote behind. Expected, and like I don't think they're gonna let him be one vote
Yeah, well,
behind.
Well, clearly, look at Paddy Cripps.
we also expected Paddy Cripps to get 27 votes, and he got 45. So I mean,
Yeah,
can we really rely on the predictor?
yeah, no, that's fair. He deserved them.
No, he. Hey, chat. We'll wait for another episode. Okay.
Yeah,
So
that's another episode.
Bailey Smith, he was a late out for 3 different games this year, and he's expected to be one vote behind. Like, how good is that?
I don't hate it. I'm just gonna say no, just because he hasn't been. I don't think he's been like
You
close
don't
to.
think he'd get one vote in 3 games?
No. I just don't think that's how
No,
the
that's not what you're saying.
I
But
don't
like,
think that's how the Brownlow will turn out. I don't. That's all I'm gonna say.
okay, well, hey,
All right,
Brownlow
so
night. Let's see.
my next one is I think. Well, I've already said it earlier. I think that the 2025 Crows are overrated. I
Valid.
don't really want to hear your opinions on this
When you say
because
overrated, how overrated? Like the worst minor premier of the 2020 is that?
Yes.
almost yes they are.
Yes, they are.
That's difficult. I mean,
2024 Sydney,
Is better.
2023
Is
Collingwood,
Yeah.
better,
2022 Geelong,
Yeah.
better,
2021 Melbourne.
Yeah.
definitely better. 2020. Who was in 2020? Richmond.
Or Geelong.
Yeah. No, it was
No, Look, I think.
It
no,
was
it was
Port Adelaide. Mm.
Oh, okay. Well, if I'm gonna say,
Okay, we're not talking about that's the COVID year. We're not talking about
Yeah,
that.
that doesn't count.
No, that's. I'm gonna say invalid because I don't like what is this Crows team bad at? Like what are they
Everything.
bad at?
Winning
Everything.
games.
Winning. Okay,
Finals. They're not. Hang on, they're not good. They're not good at finals.
No, look
They're
at
not good at finals.
hold on, no. I have to show you. Look at the ladder, right?
Yeah.
Over the past few years, right? Look at the Crows are on 72 points, right?
Yeah,
The
Geelong and
Sydney
Collingwood were
Swans
also both on
last year
72.
were on 68 points. One win behind them, right? In 2023, the Collingwood Magpies 72 points. Same
And
thing.
same with Geelong. Yeah, but
2022
Adelaide. Oh, okay.
Geelong Cats, who went on like a 15-game win streak, 72 points. Same thing.
Yeah, but you're
The
looking at
2021 Melbourne Demons 70 points. They were actually worse. And okay, I'll ignore 2020. That was 56. We'll go to 2019 and 64 points. Richmond in their 2018 campaign, when Mason Cox went wild against them in a prelim, Richmond were like the best team by far that year, 72 points. So I just don't think the Crows. I just think they're like favourites in every single game that they play.
but they don't have that finals experience.
I'm going to say invalid. And also, going back to what I said, what are they bad at? They have one of the best forward lines in the league, one of the best defense in the league, one of the best midfielders in the league.
I just
Like-
want to hate on Adelaide. I'm going to be honest. They're pretty good. They don't have finals experience.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you can say that, but we're not arguing. Like, that, saying overrated includes the regular season, right? So,
Yeah,
like,
I think they're overrated.
You can't just say Sydney was a bad team just because they lost by 60 in the grand final.
Oh, no, I think that as well.
So,
I think they
Adelaide thing, if they go out and straight sets, they'll win a finals. If they go out and prelim,
All right.
still a good team.
Anyway, so now we've got a Carlton one and an Essendon one.
Okay.
So
Let's
my
get this-
Carlton hot take is that Carlton finished bottom 4 in 2026.
I can't even say invalid, man.
Who is your ruckman, though? Who is your ruckman? Let's be real.
Mark Pitt. And you know
No,
who
Mark-
backup is? Listen, hold on. Backup ruck, Ned Reeves. Ned Reeves. Backup
So
ruckman.
he's a gun.
The Hawthorn guy.
Buku Karmas in the forward line. Buku Karmas.
Shocking.
No,
Okay.
I actually,
So Ben, what do you say to that one?
Valid.
I'm actually going to say either we finish like 15th or 16th or like 11th. I think there's no in between.
You're not finishing 11.
Now my
So if-
Essendon one. My Essendon one, I only want to hear Noah's input because I already know Ben's just gonna he's gonna not be happy with this one. But this
I'm
is my
still offering
genuine
my opinion. No, sure, go
Yes,
ahead.
and I've said it multiple times.
Wooden spoon? No.
Zach Merritt is a stat padder on a losing team.
Yeah. These
Hey, I'll
people-
let Noah offer his opinion first. Noah, go ahead.
I'm sorry, Rudy. I had to say invalid.
I'm actually going to look up stats right now.
When he played, like, I remember watching him, and he was like, I mean, you could say stat pattern, but I think he does have a genuine impact on the team. Like, there was one game I was watching, and like when he had the broken hand, I think it was against Carlton, right? He was like, he's forward 50 entries, inside 50 entries. Like, he was getting them. Like, he was not kicking to an open man. He was kicking open a man. He was making them score. Like, he was the only reason that they were scoring. And he would come back and have an impact off the back line, move it forward. So, I mean, I think at times it's a bit of a 60-40 because I think at times he can just be kind of like just like handballing and like just trying to get stats right. He can be doing that sometimes, but I think overall Merritt is a genuine team contributor.
I do feel
Yeah, I
bad
mean,
for
on
him
the
being in this
Carlton
Essendon team.
The Carlton one is an example because 24 touches, but he only had 1 clearance. That is not what I want from a midfielder personally.
Well, yeah, but can that be called stat padding, or can that be called like if it was stat padding, he'd have more clearances? I think because I think like clearances are one of the main stat padding things. Like just chuck it on the boot, right?
No, it's
Not-
definitely touches.
Yeah, but I just think that like when I was watching the game, like I just told you, he created so many scores. I don't think he can call that a stat game.
Yeah, well, I
And
mean,
he was playing with a broken hand.
I think it's definitely close. You could argue that sometimes he
I'm not
isn't the best user of the ball.
It's not a horrible argument, but I think it's invalid. So what were the only valid? No one agreed. There was no single take where everyone agreed. Am I right on that? Was there a take?
Yeah, no, there wasn't.
Right, because
Okay, but
like,
I'll do one that I think we can agree on.
top
West Coast are going to be in the bottom 4 next year.
No, invalid.
No,
We're really going to do this.
Coach of the year.
Harley Reid re-signed.
Andrew McCullough, Coach of the Year.
Hey, Mr. Rundle, if you're watching this, he said that they're going to be so much better next year just because they signed Harley Reid. You tell yourself that.
I'll tell you this. Essendon would have made finals if they got Harley Reid.
Sure thing. Even though we would have got no draft picks, but fine.
I
Okay, now just quickly, before we wrap up, I just want to tell you Zach Merritt's stats.
Essendon would've got
5.3 inside 50s. We're not going to look at that stat. Hold on. No, okay. It was clangers. We don't need to look at that. His disposal efficiency is a whopping 70%.
That's what I was talking about.
Like, that's pretty good.
What's his score involvement? Does it say?
Well, I mean, he is just an elite player.
He's averaging 6.1 score involvements.
That's
pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
And considering Essendon don't get that many scores, like how does he get that many? Like we can't do this right now, but what is his percentage of Essendon's score involvements? How many of them are him?
I don't know, and I don't care.
No, probably 70%.
No, come on. From Essendon score involvements, it'd probably be like 10%.
10%.
Yeah, well, Isaac Heaney's averaging 7 score involvements. Merritt's averaging 6. So sit
No
down.
one said Merritt's a better player than Heaney.
Yeah, I never said that.
I know.
But
I just needed to get it out there.
sure thing.
Except Paddy Cripps.
Hang on, I'm actually looking at it now. So
But we should probably wrap up. So
yeah.
All right. So, maybe a recap. Finals tips. Just quick recap over what I said. I had Geelong Premiers over Hawthorn, and I had Bailey Smith as my medalist. My big cuts from my All-Australian team. Who did I cut? I'll just tell you, I brought in Callum Wilkie. I brought in, and that's about it. And for my hot takes, I think Hawthorn makes the grand final. I think St Kilda make finals next year.
okay, I have Geelong winning the premiership over Brisbane. I have Ollie Dempsey as my Norm Smith. My big All Australian cuts is I'm cutting 2 of the fullbacks that they put in. So no Battle and no Clark. I just really don't think they've been that good.
Oh, yeah. Those are the 2 I
I'm
cut.
definitely putting Dacos on the team, Elliott on the team, Norton on the team. I don't know how they didn't make it. I feel really bad for them. And then my big takes, I think Bailey Smith would. I think he would have won the Brownlow if he hadn't been injured. I think St Kilda are wasting too much money on certain players. And I think Essendon making finals next year.
Do you genuinely think that?
I do think that.
All right, Rui.
Yeah, well, I had Brisbane winning the premiership, Cam Rayner as the Norm Smith. My hot takes are Carlton finished bottom 4 in 2026. The 2025 Crows are the worst minor premierships of the 2020s, excluding COVID. Zach Merritt is a stat patter on a losing team.
I disagree with that one.
And Sheasley's Dacos without pace or fame. But yeah, so